it snow, but onward we must go. Keep right on till the end of the road. Keep right on to the end. Though the way be long, let your heart be strong. Keep right on round the bend. If you're tired and weary, still journey on till you come to your happy abode, where all you love and you're dreaming of will be there at the end of the road. Keep right on to the end of the road. With a big stout heart to a long steep hill, we may get there with a smile, with a good kind thought and an end in view. We can cut short many a mile, so let courage every day be your guiding star always. Keep right on till the end of the road. Keep right on to the end. Though the way be long, let your heart be strong. Keep right on round the bend. If you're tired and weary, still journey on till you come to your happy abode, where all you love and you're dreaming of will be there at the end of the road. Keep right on.
4, 3, 2, 1.
We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? Birmingham's a team down at St Andrews. We are lost supporters of our team. The chant of Super Blues ringing all around. Now all you blue boys know what we mean. We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? Let's hear you in the crowd, singing our song, helping and sharing the load. It's worth the pointed roll when we sing together. We're there at the end of the road. We are the lads from the Tilton.
Blues winning streak is abruptly paused, yes I say paused, by a very good ex-Premiership team in Hull, and of course a very much liked Steve Bruce. They're going to be right up there because of the player retention they managed to accomplish after they were relegated at the end of last season. Are we downhearted? Yes, of course we are, as the expectations have been raised so much since that fateful 8-0 defeat against Bournemouth a year ago. However, on the other hand, we're not downhearted because of the amazing job that is still being done on the field by everyone at Blues. Across the city, well, there's more comedy going on there than the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, as another defeat, a great win by Sunderland, and parting of ways of dim but nice leaves the historians rock bottom with just 4 points from the first 10 games. Will anyone want the toxic job? Perhaps Mouth Almighty Colin Moore might have been in for a shout had he learned to keep his thoughts under control. Back to our beloved Blues. Well, this weekend it's the big one with the Dingles coming to town. Can we send the Wolves packing? with their tails between their legs. You get the puns there, Chris? Did you get the puns? Whatever happens, behave yourselves, as we're live on Sky and we don't want anything bad to be reported. Keep the faith in Gary and his squad, and win, lose or draw, we are all part of the Big Blues family. Just another week being a Blue Nose. A massive welcome to the Tilton Talk show, end of October, on a Monday night, 7:30 through till, well, we think about 9, but we're not too sure because we've only got a couple of subjects to talk about tonight. But first off, we'll start off with some very sad news that came out over the weekend. A gentleman called Lee Phillips posted on his Facebook account, my nephew Josh Bird sadly passed away at the young age of 19 on Saturday. He was an avid Blue Nose and a true Blue and a very loving, young, respectful man and dad. He had a very bright and long future ahead of him, so I'm just asking if we could have a minute's applause on the 19th minute of the home game against Wolves. Maybe his whole family and friends, myself, his whole family and friends would so much appreciate it, especially his 6 brothers. So let's make some noise on the 19th minute, please. Keep right on. And then further to Rachel Seaman posted today. Yesterday I shared a post about Josh, the 19-year-old who passed away. It has really hit home with us how easy life and loved ones can be taken from you. I've spoken to his uncle and he is overwhelmed by the amount of comments he got and would like to do something for his family. If I set up a Just Giving page, would any of your good selves be happy to donate so we could get a memorial brick at St Andrews for him, please? Let me know below, and thanks for reading this. And that's from Rachel Seaman. I do believe that there has been a Just Giving page now set up by Rachel. She's done that late on this afternoon.
Oh, that's good.
Not had much time to catch up with it yet, but well done to her. And obviously our sincere condolences go to family, friends, and anybody that knew Josh and that was a part of his young life taken too soon.
Mm-hmm.
Hate to get the sad news out of the way, Chris, but we have to do it. We have to do it,
yeah.
And it would be lovely. You know, I think I'm gonna go home and stick a few quid in for his brick. I think it would be a touching thought from. You know,
are you saying there is a Just Giving page?
There is a Just Giving page.
Right, okay.
If you look for if you search out Rachel Seaman, on Facebook. And she's set up a page, so I'm sure that if you search that out, then she'll point you into the right direction.
I shall have a look at
and
it shortly.
I believe there's a post on her Facebook page anyway of the Just Giving link.
Sure, if you search Josh's name as well, it'll probably come up as well.
I'm sure. Yeah. But that's Josh Bird, and that was first one was from Lee Phillips, and the second message there was from Rachel Seaman, Seamen. So if any of you feel like you would like to contribute towards this young lad's brick at St Andrews, then you're very welcome to do so. Right. Oh, hark at me. You know, I've gotten over the migraine and I've gone all chesty all of a sudden.
Oh.
You've sufferred from migraine, Christopher. I
Oh,
don't know
badly.
I don't know what you're laughing at there.
I know, it's all
You know,
no,
came up like that. Just like that, Chris. Just like that.
Yeah, no,
So awkward having 2 Chris's in the studio, you know. Could we
is,
change
isn't
one
it?
of your names, possibly?
Sure, yeah. You can
Not
call me.
mine.
Not yours?
Mm-hmm.
No?
I'm not prepared to do that. Sorry.
No? What about you, Chris?
I'm quite happy with mine as well, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'll just have to get confused then.
Okay.
Right, the 2 main talking points tonight then are Chris's cholesterol levels and Manchester City ladies. We're going to hit both of them. Chris, we're going to start with your cholesterol levels.
Not forgetting blood pressure.
Oh, go on, add it to the list. Go on.
Yeah, blood pressure's up, yeah.
Your blood pressure's up.
Yeah, got to cut down on my cholesterol, apparently.
How do you do that?
How do you do it?
Yeah, do you just not
Stop
eat any more
eating-
cholesterol?
You stop eating crap, basically, yeah. Yeah.
No comment, Chris?
No.
No, not at all. Okay, we're going to leave that subject. Fill me in.
No sympathy because I've had to do it. So.
Why no sympathy?
Oh, I've stopped it. I've stopped eating rubbish and felt the benefits of it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
everybody can.
you're a highly determined individual, though, aren't you, Christopher?
I'd like to think so.
I
I'll
don't
try my
smoke
best.
either.
Don't. You used to, though, didn't you?
I used to,
You used
yeah.
to. Nothing worse than a one-time no smoker. Ever smoked, Chris, for you?
No.
Disgusting.
No. Okay. Well, that's your cholesterol dealt with then, Chris. Got any sweets?
They're hidden over there. I'm not going to touch them either.
And the other thing, bit of breaking news coming through is that Man City ladies have released 2 players, two starlets.
We weren't going to say
2
anything
starlets.
about
2 young English attacking players, Natasha Flint and Crystal Johnston.
Would be. Natasha Flint's a very, very good player, decent little player.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, don't you like? No.
bit of a flat track bully.
Yeah?
For me.
Okay.
If she's listening, my apologies, Natasha. But
Bless
yeah,
her.
I've seen her. To be fair, she played in a development game against the Blues that I went to see, and you could tell she was probably a bit too good for development league. But I don't think she's quite good enough for WSL 1 level yet. So I can see why they've released her,
Yeah,
especially if they've got other players in mind.
Just while we're on the subject of women players, there's an advert going on the television, and as a girl comes on.
It's
who is it?
Steph
blonde?
Horton,
And who does she
the
play for?
England captain for Man City.
Oh, she
ladies.
plays it,
Yeah.
Yeah. Doco says he'll be leaving Yao all early again, just after 8, as I've got a job interview in Witten for a vacant manager's job. That's probably at KFC, knowing him.
Oh, Aldi's.
Good luck.
Or Aldi, yeah.
Aldi,
Good luck, Doco, with your job interview.
Best of luck.
I've put the link up for the Rachel.
There you go,
Freeman
brilliant,
there.
brilliant,
Okay.
brilliant, brilliant. And I'm sure there'll be something on Rachel's page there. And I did say that we will be
Oh yeah, definitely.
talking that out this evening. Right, okay. A 2-0 defeat against Hull. Not too surprised, really.
Not at
and
all.
Not even disappointed.
I'm stunned at some of the people's
Yes.
reaction.
Yeah.
Absolutely stunned. I don't know if we're allowed to say.
What's he done to me? Sorry.
For those listening, I've just put up.
dear
I've
me.
just put up Nick's picture with his new bifocals. I'll put it
By
in
very
there.
focals. They're by very focals.
By very
Christopher.
focals, are
By
they?
very
I like
focals,
that.
yeah.
I think it's really clever the way they like glue together there
Yeah.
at the top.
Bit of Gorilla Glue. Can't beat
Fantastic.
it.
Well
Duct
done.
tape and some white eyes. A man can build anything. Right, sorry, Chris, where were you?
Yeah, just saying a certain BCFC page on
Name and
social
shame.
media.
Name and shame. I don't
Okay,
mind.
Vital BCFC.
Vital
was.
BCFC. I don't
Right,
know.
okay.
I'm not too sure.
I'm not sure who the author was, who wrote the piece, but there was suggesting that Blues had been found out, that the way we play has been found out. And I can't quite believe some of the things I hear. Football fans, it seems that every year football fans become more and more fickle and more and more naive and insane. Look at our squad. Look at the team we've
Absolutely.
got. We've done so incredibly well at the start of this season to get where
Not
we
only
were.
the start of the season, but the end of last season.
At the end
as
of
well.
last season as well. But our squad in comparison with Hull, that's I'm not being funny.
Well, I did say.
Not
my
only
opening
were they a
notes.
Premier League team last year,
Absolutely.
they started the season in Europe
Yeah.
because they got to the FA Cup final the year before that. Which they were 2-0 up against Arsenal in, and were unlucky to lose it in the end. That squad has stayed together largely. They've got
Pretty much from the Premier League, yeah.
Yeah.
So as
Yeah.
I said in my opening notes, their player retention
They are.
was
They are a Premier League squad.
Yeah.
They've got full international players. In the two guys who scored, Mailer's a
yeah.
Republic of Ireland international. Hernandez is a Uruguayan international. Will be playing in the Copa America and World Cups. He was in the World Cup squad last year for Uruguay. These are experienced international players playing against our ragbag bunch of players that have done so well this season. But
Ragbag bunch.
for me, Hull away is the toughest game of the season
One of the
for
toughest,
anybody
yeah,
to
very
play.
much so, very much so.
And for me, we've played the two hardest. We've played Burnley away and Hull away now. But Hull away is, it's the equivalent of Man City away. It's the equivalent of Arsenal away if you're in the Premier League. A team like us, you go there. If you get anything, it's a complete bonus.
I mean, we wasn't expecting a great deal, was
No.
we? In all fairness.
Not at all.
all.
And we held our own by all accounts for the first half an hour.
And played quite well in the second half as well. So
It's astonishing. There's certainly no way we've been found out just because we've gone to Hull and not come away with anything. Absolutely not.
it's like Gary Rowe said, we'll take the defeat on the chin and it's onwards to the
You
next
have
game.
to.
That's it.
That's the only thing you can do. You go to somewhere like that and you end up coming back with nothing. There's absolutely no shame in that for me. No shame in going to Hull, having a go, they scored 2 quick goals, sucker punch us, and they go on to dominate the game. And they could have got more goals, but that's because we were going after a goal ourselves.
SKC makes a good point here. It's a measure of how far we've come in Rowett's first year that we were a little disappointed not to get something from the whole game. That said, they are the best team in the league, squad-wise, in my opinion.
Completely agree,
which
yeah.
absolutely
100%.
sums up your
You can't argue with any of that comment. It is testament to how well Rowett and the squad have done.
So what do you think this is? This is just the power of social media, and I've got a keyboard, and I'm just going to write.
Yeah, it is. It's fans completely overreacting.
I have absolutely no methodology, no thought process going into what I'm actually going to write down now, and it just comes off the fingertips. And
it's just typical modern day football fans that have got completely carried away with the start of the season. Think that Gleeson and Gray are going to be in the next England squad or whatever, the next world beaters, and we go to Hull, who, as SKC says, they are for me the best squad in the Championship, and we go there, have a decent go, get beat 2-0, and people see us slide from 2nd to 6th and think that's it. We're obviously going down now. It's the worst thing in the world.
There's only a point or so in it, though.
Exactly, but the teams that are around us, just look on paper at the squads. Look at Burnley's squad, look at QPR's squad, look at Hull's squad, and then look at ours. There's absolutely no comparison whatsoever. To be anywhere up there is an incredible job from everybody at the club.
But what our squad has, though, is that fight, grit and determination
Yeah,
to scrap it out on the next game.
But exactly,
we've said all the way through
we'll
the
have
season,
we'll have that all season.
we aren't going to win every game.
No, of course
we are
we're not.
going to
Nobody
win every
is.
game. You're
Nobody's
dead
going
right.
to win every
100%
game.
right, 100% right. And you can't just go off on one just because we lose against probably one of the better teams in the complete division.
Yeah, absolutely. The games before that, we'll probably talk about it. But that Tuesday night game against Bolton was massive. Mm-hmm. To go there and win after the QPR game. We knew Bolton were going to have to come at us and try and get a point. Try and get a win in the situation that they're in. And we went there and we were strong, and they had to go at us, and we stayed strong, and we went there and won. Retrospectively,
Capo's just made a very good comment, and he said he thinks certainly he thinks that the Post may have been overreacted by ourselves. He thinks the point is being made that we have been found out, i.e. meaning a team for once has actually done their homework on us and established as an established team they will do. I suppose it's how you use
say
your words
found
on
out.
social.
I don't understand the phrase "found out" as if we were
There's a
playing
magic formula
as
that
if we were
somebody's
playing
just-
in a secretive way that nobody knew. We're just solid and hard to beat and good on the counter. That's not being found out. That'll be us for the rest of the season.
So you're saying that we're playing above our...
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
So
yeah.
if we slid down now to mid-table mediocrity...
If we finished 15th at the end of the season, everybody's done a fantastic
job.
job.
Will we all be still happy if we slid down to mid-table?
I'd be more than content with 15th now. Yeah, you give me 15th at the end of the season now, and I'll snap your hands off.
But we have, what is it, 24
now,
24
yeah.
points. Now that's
realistically
way over halfway to safety. Way over.
Oh well, it's 50 points.
50 points, yes,
you want in the Championship, so you are halfway.
Yeah, you're halfway.
But we've only played 12 games out of 46.
Exactly.
So it would take a monumental collapse for us to be anywhere near relegation trouble, and especially looking at the teams that are down there. There's some really poor teams down there.
Yeah,
and don't get me wrong, that always has its possibilities of happening. And remember
Wolves,
the West Brom scenario
yeah.
was it 10 years ago?
10 years ago.
Yeah,
10 years
when
ago.
they were cruising it.
Yeah.
yeah. And it can happen the other way if you do lose 4 or 5 games on the trot. Then you are going to slip down the league.
You've only got to ask somebody just from across the expressway.
Well, yeah, but I can't. The fact that we are that team that is hard to beat. That Hull have to play well. Hull did play well. And they have to play well to beat us. Arguably the best team in the league do have to come in and put a performance in to actually beat us.
SKC says he can't agree with you there. For once, Chris, he says top 10 is a minimum for him.
Oh, that's... God, goodness me.
What?
A minimum. Top 10.
Top 10 for me is a minimum. All right, I'll ask SKC.
Okay, SKC.
Yes.
If we finish, it's Stephen, isn't it? Stephen
Yeah, Steve
Cowell.
Cowell.
Yeah,
Stephen.
Mr. Cowell, yeah.
If we finish 13th, is it row it out?
Not for me, it's not.
Is it for Stephen then? If top 10's a minimum.
What was Stephen's prediction at the beginning of the
Well,
season?
exactly, yeah.
What
But
was-
you
Now,
know,
mine has always been 7.
It's right that your expectations do change.
Of course they do, yeah.
You know that they do. And if we're still around the top 6 at Christmas, and if we're still around the top 6 in February, then if we finish outside the top 10, we probably have had a really bad end to the season. But as we stand
But
now,
a brilliant start and a brilliant middle to
exactly.
it. Yeah.
But as we stand now, if we finish 15th, I think you take that.
Doco says, I'm not disappointed with Saturday's result.
You can't be at all.
Do you know, like a year ago, well, a year ago this week, Christopher, a year ago this week, we were discussing that 8-0 Bournemouth.
Exactly.
result.
Just look back a year,
right?
yeah.
1 year ago.
The lowest
you were
we've-
dreading.
the lowest I've ever known.
You were dreading the next game to come, and then Gary Rowett came in, and I was thinking, we've gone lower leagues again, you know, da-da-da-da-da. And then from the Wolves game, and it's ironic that we played Wolves the week after that, and then we're playing Wolves next as well. What an absolute coincidence that is,
fantastic.
Christopher.
Funny how things
Yes,
work, aren't
absolutely. You know, we were just dreading the next game. Then couldn't even think about the next game, and then what do we do? Gone from losing 8-0 to drawing with Wolves, and a respectable performance within the space of a week.
Yeah.
All right, and from then, what we've just done is grown in stature, grown in style, on every area of the pitch, right? And a lot of people knock Cusack, and I think he's done an absolutely brilliant job.
I think he's certainly grown into the team, which you know, I don't like to, but we said in the first few weeks of the season that it was going to take time for him to gel with the defence, you know, and it has, and he does know the defence that's going to be in front of him now, and he has, you know, he's pulled off some wonderful saves.
He certainly has,
in
yeah,
games where we have
brilliant.
kept clean sheets. So.
And of course, we've got Robbo scoring as well.
Well, you know, when your centre half scoring, you.
I've had something coming from Pat Spall.
Oh gosh, that's my sister.
I can't believe that I'm sat here listening to you and you look like that. Referring to your picture on
Those,
Tilton
my
Talk.
dear lovely sister, are my bifocal glasses. I can't afford real ones. I don't go to Specsavers, as you know, so I've got 2 pairs that I put on. One to look at Christopher Brown and one to read my iPad. Oh dear.
There's more comments coming in.
And sister, I'll see you very shortly. I know it's our auntie's funeral on the 3rd of November. She sadly passed away a week or so ago. A couple of weeks ago, do beg your pardon. And never look forward to those things, do you? But I do look forward to seeing my sister and my brother. Not seen them for too long. I was going to go down and support my brother for his cancer research.
Right.
No, he did the coffee morning for the
Macmillan.
yeah. And so I'll pass him some dollars on them when I see him as well. Anyway,
Hubbo sends his apologies, but he can't make it tonight. But don't forget to mention Super 6.
Oh, Super 6 is on my list.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Moving on.
He's on holiday, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
He's on holiday. He's gone on holiday.
He's on holiday, yes.
It's like you know.
During the season,
I know.
what is going on?
He's like you, Chris Brown. He's just like you.
I know, yeah.
Going on holiday and disrupting the flow of this program.
Outrageous.
How rude. Doco's actually made has Doco actually made a valid point?
No.
Bruce
Not
and
for
Rowett
me.
have a lot of respect and admiration for each other, and in my view, they are at Woof the best managers we've ever had. He makes a sensible comment like that, and then screws it right up at the end. Blessings, cotton, and 90% viscous socks. That's what I say. SKC says certainly not Rowett out. My prediction was 7th to 10th the start of the season. I only say top 10 as it shows improvement.
It does show improvement on last year where we finished.
Yes.
Was it 12th?
10th.
12th, I think it was, or
Yes,
somewhere
we
about
slipped
there.
down the last game.
But
last
yeah,
game.
I see what he means about showing signs of improvement, especially as you would say that he's improved the squad from last season, and the players are playing better this season than they were last.
And Julian Hodgkinson wants to know where you got those glasses from.
Dear me, they're all coming out of the woodwork tonight, aren't they? Right. Well, right.
Let's move
okay. No, I'm going to say right. Those glasses, the black glasses, that are my driving glasses. I always keep them in the car. And these are my reading glasses. These cost me £1.50 from Asda. These are about £155 from Specsavers. And I keep these ones in the car for reading my iPad when I'm set outside your house, Chris. And basically I just left one on top of my head when I came in and one round my neck like that. And then when I got to your door, I thought, well, I look rather like an idiot now. I may as well go the whole hog and put them all on.
We go to the same shop, don't we?
We've got 3 pairs on now. What's going on here tonight? Chris, take over the programme, will you, mate? Sense of reason. So Cusack didn't have a good start to the season. Well, I don't know. I don't say he didn't have a good start to the season. I think it was just that.
I think
it was that gelling in period.
Fans look a bit worried about him coming and punching at crosses, and but as you say, you have to learn to gel with your defence, and you have to learn what your defence's strengths are, and they have to learn what Cusack's strengths are, and
absolutely.
I've said before, punching is the modern day goalkeeping. You don't get many goalkeepers now who come out and catch the ball.
No.
It's just very rare. So, and
Docker says that Brucey still has a soft spot for the Blues, but he's now the Hull manager, and there's no way he's going to let us win on Saturday. Well, that's absolutely true. I mean, that's his job, isn't it? He's not going to let Birmingham City beat Hull. He is the Hull manager, and it's his duty as that football manager to try and encourage his team to win the game. Surely,
yeah, absolutely.
That's a standard kind of procedure.
He's got no affiliation with Blues whatsoever.
He hasn't, but I do think he still does have a soft spot, and I think all Blues fans have a little soft spot for Brucey as well, apart from you.
All Blues fans.
And I must say, there's quite a lot of him to have a soft spot before, isn't there?
He has put a bit of chunk on, hasn't he?
He
has put a bit of chunk on. Are you doubting that then, Chris?
Yeah, I am.
Go on, explain.
From my personal point of view.
Explain.
Killed us. That he took us up, absolutely fantastic. Took over Francis's team. We went up the same season he come in, so that wasn't his team, that was Francis's team. Yes, brilliant achievement to get the players together and to get us up, and the first few seasons in the Premier League were fantastic.
Right, well, Gary Rowett took over Lee Clark's team.
Yeah, but look what Rowett's doing now. Rowett's brought his own players in now. He's had 2 or 3 transfer windows now where he's brought his own players in, and the dramatic change, there wasn't that dramatic a change in the playing style from Francis and Bruce, but the dramatic change that Clark and Rowett are bringing in now, there's no comparison whatsoever.
So you don't have a soft spot for Bruce?
My issue with Bruce is that he's a fantastic manager if you want him for 2 years.
Right.
If you want someone to come in for 1 to 2 years and revitalise the squad, revitalise the team, he's fantastic. He's
also his share of relegations as well, isn't he?
Exactly, that's my point. Yeah. How many times has after that 2-year honeymoon period, fair enough, at us it was probably 3-4 years. That third Premier League season was probably where it started to go downhill, and there was an expectation that we'd stabilise as a Premier League club, that we'd push on, looking for top 10 finishes, and it was the same at Wigan, it was the same at Sunderland, it was the same at Hull. Hull have given him another chance to stay on, but they went down last year.
Yeah.
With the squad they've got, they should never have gone down, and they, considering they started the season in Europe, there's no way should they have gone down last year.
Coppo says Chris Pugh and Brucey had a brawl in a bar which we don't know of.
No, not at all.
No,
not at all. No. I just think he's over. I just think for if you have sacked a manager, we'll talk about B6 in a minute.
We'll talk about B6 in the second half.
The second half, the whole of the second half probably. But if they want to stay up, go get Bruce. But then after 2 years, you're going to have to get rid of him because there isn't that longevity with him.
If I see Brucey on the TV, I always think, he was a Blues man. You know what I mean? He was a Blues manager. Now, if I see Alec McLeish on the TV, I can't stand the bloke.
Well, that's
cannot stand it. Cannot stand.
There's a difference.
There's
a difference. If I see Bruce,
Carling Cup,
if I see Bruce on the telly, I immediately think he played Oliver Tebley at home in central midfield at home to Middlesbrough in the season we went down. The first season we went down in the Premier League, just before he ran away to Wigan. He played Tebley in central midfield against Middlesbrough at home and we lost 3-0. That's my abiding memory of Steve Bruce. Now, if I see McLeish on the telly, I see him lifting that trophy.
Yeah,
and there's the difference. There's the difference.
But I see him walking across the expressway.
I don't.
I see him walking across the expressway, and that's, to me, that's now. Gary Rowett is currently 33-1 to take the job.
Not a chance. Forget it. Move on.
I know. I'm only going by what the bookies have been saying tonight. I'm only going by what the bookies are saying tonight. 33-1.
Not a chance.
33-1. There you go.
Never got
And Doco says, I bet Clark started that fight anyway. So.
Yeah, probably.
He probably did, but he probably can't remember it.
But yes, losing to Hull, I don't think is a disaster.
No,
we didn't get thrashed. We didn't get played off.
You
the
can't
park.
call it a disaster. We've lost. I mentioned it before. It's the comparison of losing away at Arsenal 2-0.
Yeah.
If we were in the Premier League, you come home and you say,
test
fair
is,
enough, they're better than us.
The test is Saturday now, though. Saturday and next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Right. Those are the two tests after that defeat. Right. We've gone down. We've took
two
one on the
teams
chin.
that are in poor form, low in confidence, especially Saturday.
Wolves will come to Blues on Saturday fired up. Don't you think?
I think the fans will. I don't think the players are going to look forward to coming to us. The run they're on, they're low in confidence. There's questions about the manager playing, players out of position and the like, and so forth. I don't think their players will look forward to coming and playing us.
Channel K says, I hear rocking all over the world when I see Bruce and Obafemi Martins, when I see McLeish. Let's be positive this morning. Oh, dear. Okay, Blues fans will always have a soft spot for Brucey. Could you imagine if he went to B6 and added another relegation to his CV? Yeah. Even Chris might develop a soft spot for him.
You might Brucey, up in the estimations if he
Bruce has got enough soft spots of his own, I think.
Yeah.
Could we send another agent across?
But, McLeish went to Villa, which is why he's so hated. But Bruce abandoned us for Wigan when we were struggling. Yeah, he jumped ship. He abandoned ship and ran off to Wigan when it was his signings and it was his system and team that were sending us down. And as soon as he realised that, he ran off to Wigan.
Okay, all right.
That's all I'll say.
I've got a tiny little soft spot for Brucey. I can't help it.
You're entitled to that.
Yeah,
at the end of the day, he took us up that first time. The very first time we played in the Premier League was because Bruce took us up.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
A tremendous moment.
But also,
a tremendous moment.
You can bugger off for running away.
But this is the problem with football, isn't it? It's like up, down, up, down, up, down.
Exactly.
Especially with Blues, and at least we can say, our checkered history is that. Getting the feeling that Chris actually might not like Steve Bruce.
It's not that I don't like him. I've got no affiliation.
You don't
towards
have
him.
I've got a soft spot, right? There you go.
I'm sure a lot of Blues fans, if they saw him on the street, would stop him and shake his hand and thank him for everything he did. Whereas I'd probably just nod my head and walk past him.
And of course, he had a good playing career as well.
He did.
SKC says he can't blame Bruce for that, though. The board wouldn't renew his deal, which he wanted. We never know.
We don't. If that was the case, then
yeah.
But I think he saw Dave Whelan call him and offer him a bit of money, and he thought,
wasn't he
stay here and go down?
Wasn't he his second spell at Wigan?
No, I don't think so.
Right?
Don't think so. Yeah, he was at Palace and Sheffield United before us. I think.
I was actually in Mallorca.
Yeah, I think it
was
Palace.
At Sheffield.
Yeah,
I'm sure it was Palace. We got him from. Because when he went back there, they hated him.
I was in Mallorca when we signed Brucey. We signed Brucey, the lad from Chelsea. What was his with the gold tooth?
Eddie Newton.
No. Oh, I can't think of his name. Somebody will tell me in a minute.
We
signed three.
Time for this?
Three in yeah, of course, mate. Yeah,
when Blues, I was the first ever person to know that Blues were signing Eddie Newton from Chelsea.
Right.
Because I was on David Gold's golf course in his back garden.
Really?
Really?
What were you doing at a...
Playing golf.
Hang on, can I just ask the question? What were you doing in the back garden of a porn mogul?
Playing golf.
I'm just asking,
I was
Chris.
about
I'm just
10 or 11.
There weren't any
About 10 or
like
11.
scantily clad women around,
No,
really? No, okay, I believe you.
Showed me around his massive house.
I was going to say that. Show me his massive house.
Tennis courts, swimming pools, and played golf in his 16-hole back garden.
Look at you.
And as we were having a barbecue, which he'd put on, he took the call. He said, "Oh, he had to take a call." So when he come back and he said, "Oh, that's Eddie Newton signing from Chelsea."
Well, there you go. You were first to know.
Well,
You could have had a sports radio coup if you'd have been working
I
for the
know,
show.
I know. That 10-year-old. Yeah.
You get all the inside information, you don't you, Chris?
When I'm playing golf with the chairman.
Playing golf with the chairman. SKC, according to our previous owners, Carson Young wasn't keen on him staying as manager after the takeover. This was during the initial takeover attempt.
Was that Bruce in charge then?
And I was
Yeah.
right. He did play. He did manage Bruce Wigan twice.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, I do
2001.
apologise
I thought.
2001?
Yeah. Before
That
Palace.
was when he took... Oh, okay.
Before
He
Palace,
couldn't have been at Palace long then. Because he
No,
took us up
same
in 01.
season. I think it was there for one season. Yeah.
Any other managers that you've got a little affinity to, then, Christopher?
Any ones that I liked?
Ex-Blues managers
That I liked?
Yeah. TF?
Yeah, well, TF obviously because of his history as a player.
But you never got to saw him play, did you?
No, I
You
never.
too young.
No, but and I was probably just too. Well, I was just getting into it as his tenure was coming to an end.
I used to have a black jacket when I was very small, going up the Coventry Road to the Blues in the old stadium as it was then. And on the back of this jacket, I had hand embroidered Bo the Bulldog, and then Trevor Francis down, Trevor and Francis down.
I bet you looked at Dandy.
Loved it, mate. Loved it. Yeah, Channel K, Chris Hughton. What's your thoughts on Chris Hughton?
Yeah, Hughton.
Yeah.
Loved what he did for us.
Soft
I thought
for Chris Hughton.
Yeah, I
Right,
thought
okay.
he massively overachieved with us. Yeah.
Lee Clark.
No.
Thought I'd just add that one.
Goodbye.
A little bit of conjecture.
Move
there,
on.
isn't
Apparently, CF wasn't that.
I'd love him to get
wasn't
the
that
V6 job.
liked by the players.
No,
As a manager,
he was not.
No, I don't think he threw his dollies out the pram on that one
Yeah.
game, didn't he? And tried
Yeah.
to call the players off, and they were like, "What? What?"
Yeah, I
Can't
think
do that.
he lost a
Walk
bit of
off.
respect then. But.
Yeah.
Yeah, a good point, JK.
I don't like it when Bruce swapped AJ for Clinton Morris.
That's
Do you know-
I
I saw
say
him-
about playing Oliver Tebley in central midfield. That's also my abiding memory. Considering we paid £4.5 million plus Andrew Johnson for Clinton Morrison. Now Andrew Johnson later went for £8 million to Everton, which means Clinton Morrison was worth £12.5 million.
I saw AJ play his first game for the Blues, and he streaked down by the main stand from
Can't do
Tilton
that
Talk
on the
to
pitch. That's disgusting.
and
Loved
just
AJ.
wellied this ball into the back of the net. Like,
Yeah.
and I got back home and I said to my I said, "There's a name for you for the future." What, go on,
Yeah.
Andrew Johnson. He didn't quite cut it at the top level though, did he?
No.
I think.
Where did
I
he
think
go?
he,
Where did he go?
He went to.
Went
He
Palace.
was brilliant
Fulham.
at Palace.
Went to Fulham, didn't he?
But he went to Everton
Fulham and
from
Everton,
Palace, and that's when he got a couple of injuries at Everton, and it was unlucky because I think if he'd have stayed injury free, he'd have probably been an England regular whilst he was at Everton under Moyes.
I wonder where he is now, you know?
Channel K
I
says,
think
"I
he's
don't
a-
like how we
yeah,
swapped Karen Brady for
QPR,
Peter
I think.
Panu." That's very witty, very witty. And Docker says, "What about Willie Bell? You wouldn't remember Willie
No,
Bell?
no,
He's
probably
more
not.
remember
No.
Willie Bell.
More our area, isn't it,
Yeah.
Chris? Willie Bell, yeah, quality.
Yeah, I
Willie
remember
Bell.
him, yeah.
I think Willie Bell might have been in charge actually but when I first started going. I'm not too sure.
I think was he just before Howard Kendall or after Freddie Goodwin?
Freddie Goodwin. That might have been Freddie Goodwin actually.
Yeah, it
might have been
after
Freddie
Freddie,
Goodwin.
yeah,
Yeah, soft
Freddie
spot for
Goodwin.
Freddie Goodwin. He was a good manager too. There you go. Okay, should we take our half-time break, Christopher?
I think we will.
And we got a little bit of comedy to talk about in the second half. Stay there. Be with us.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love Down at St Andrews, we are all supporters of our team. We chanted Super Blues, ringing all around. Now all you blue boys know what we mean. We are the lads from the Tilton, we'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? Let's hear you in the cup, singing in our song, helping and sharing the load. It's worth the pointed roll when we sing together. We're there at the end of the road. We are the lads from the Tilton, we'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? We have the tickets tops here at St Andrews. They're gonna give us what we're longing for. It's Birmingham forever, let's hear it from the stand. So come on city, sing this song once more. We are the lads from the Tilton, we'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? We are the lads from the Tilton, we'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say?
Like a rose petal floating above the dirt on the ground where these dead leaves lay. A delicate wish upon a fingertip, blown in by a breeze, forcing the passions of my heart to sway. Naturally true, only you. Walk in the room, aura in blue, when my eyes lit up. Don't want your hidden love, give me something of what you've got. Lay me bare with all my truth. Now understand it takes a real woman to make a man. I can't seem to shake it off. Lay me bare with all my truth. Now understand it takes a real woman to make mine.
Well, congratulations to Chris Brown for screwing that up completely. Well done, mate.
No problem.
You nipped to the loo and had the volume down halfway through.
That's clever, wasn't it?
Yeah, I tell you what. It's a good job you got your portable headphones on. You could hear everything that wasn't going on, isn't it?
Correct. I could listen to all as to what was going on yet.
And also like to offer my sincere congratulations to the one and only Mr. Chris Pugh for getting 0 points this week on Super 6.
Hang on.
Devastating.
What happened?
Not what I thought would happen, obviously.
You'd been doing so well, Christopher.
No, I was on a right roll.
You're doing so well.
I was on fire, but yeah, it's a bad week, but we'll pick
Oh, so
ourselves.
you didn't miss the game?
No,
You just
no.
didn't- Oh, right.
No,
So
I'd
I thought
actually
I'd done really
predicted them
bad as
all.
well.
We'd actually predicted them all, yeah.
2 points.
So did you kind of
I
really
just-
tell yourself off on Twitter and Facebook and things like that then?
No.
No. So you didn't write a really bad story about yourself just because you had a blip, a bad week? No?
I
Okay.
took a diplomatic approach, and we had a meeting about it afterwards, and
A meeting
decided
with
that
yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah?
And we just said to ourselves, we'd dust ourselves down and move on to next week.
What was the
Forget
dressing room like
forget it.
after?
It was difficult.
Yeah.
A It's quite quiet, yeah. But you know,
I'm sorry.
these things happen in football. So
Okay, so Super 6 this week then saw Stephen Cale in first position with 9 points. I came second this week with 8.
I wonder why you brought it up.
Apart from yourself, Chris, there was only one below you who got another equal 0, so I think it's probably alphabetical.
Yeah.
Was just one above you in last kind of at one place was Chris Brown. Congratulations, Chris. Well done to you.
It's my lowest ever, I think.
Okay, so that's looking at this.
Serves me right because I'm back to
that's
basics to win.
That's looking at
So
this
I
week's
think that
league
was,
table, and for the season currently, let's have a look. Right, Hobbit is still out in front with 106. He didn't do so well this week, did he? That's like, what, sunshine on his legs and everything. You know what I mean? So,
Slipping.
Stephen Cale with current scores 6, Gareth Hudson 10, up to 4th. That's at Stokey. We'll try and get rid of him. I'll try and knock him off.
What's this?
He's one of your
For the season?
Yeah, he's in fourth position. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You're in 6th at the minute, Chris.
Yeah.
Craig Masters in 5th.
Playoff.
Ollie is in 7th, Denise Bishop 8th, Julio's in 9th, I'm in 10th, Steve Simpson 11, and Chris Brown, you're still firmly rooted to the £50 fine, stuck to the bottom.
How many
I'm
points
still
is he off?
determined.
Who?
11th.
Who's
Or-
above me? And what?
Oh,
points
you
are
got
that?
52.
Right,
Steve Simpson's got 64, then I'm 66. So, listen,
Still
look,
plenty to play for.
you only need one good week and
Yeah,
sometimes a really
yeah,
bad
so-
week, and you know, I mean, it's
30 points available in a week if
It's
you
not
get
like you
them
just
all
play
right.
for 3 points or 2 for a draw, is it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
let's be honest, if you get 30 points, that means you've won 250 grand, doesn't it, if you've got them all right.
As long as you get the minute right as well.
Oh, okay.
You have to predict the minute at the bottom as well, or else,
And
yeah.
even that was terrible for me. I think I went 3. Everyone
Was
was
it 17
nil-nil.
or something
Everyone
like
was
that?
0-0 for ages.
Yeah, I think I went 2. Yeah, that's what
Right, okay. Have we done Super 6, or should we just continue on that for a few moments?
I think we've
I
probably
think
done it to
we've
death, haven't
we've
we?
definitely
Yeah.
done it.
All right,
yeah,
okay.
we've done it, yeah.
Good
If-
luck, everybody, next week.
Unless I do well. Next
Yeah.
week.
I've
Then
already.
we'll carry on.
Have you done your predictions yet?
I've done it, yeah.
You've done yours.
I've
Done
done
yours?
Already?
Done yours
You
yet?
can't do them
I
yet.
went
I
to
do
Right,
mine.
okay.
I do mine straight.
And me.
As
You
soon as
don't
I,
know injuries or anything.
as soon as
you
I,
need to.
as soon as I come back from the club on 3 o'clock on
It's too
'Cause you'll
early.
change-
like
You can
what is
change 'em, can't
what is effectively effectively a
then-
Saturday morning.
Any reason why you're bottom and you're 10th then? As you do them so early. And
Moving
don't
on.
Don't prepare for them.
Moving on.
I bet Hobber doesn't do them the day before the straight away. Bet he
Moving on.
does them like me Friday night.
Moving on.
Prepare.
Should we move on, Chris?
I think
We
we'll
finished
move
with
on,
Super 6, haven't we, Chris?
It's rubbish anyway.
Yeah.
It's a rubbish game.
Neither is what.
Taking my ball out.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, brilliant!
We're gonna have
brilliant.
relegation,
I've
yeah,
actually not looked at the overall national come international league to see what kind of position I'm in. Even though I did get
I
to
wouldn't
the,
bother.
I did get to the dizzy heights of 2,400 last year, Chris.
Yes, I know.
which
You have
was,
told us quite a few times.
Very good. SKCI do the same.
same.
I don't know.
Same as who, me or Nick?
Or Chris.
Same as me.
Leave the volume off.
The pin.
And just going back on one just for a little bit, Oliver Tebley, the poor man's Brian Robson. Oh, dear.
Such an insult.
Dear.
Poor Brian
Terrible.
Robson.
Terrible.
Oliver
Right.
Tebley was such a terrible centre half, and then to play him in central midfield. Oh dear me. Never mind.
Never mind.
That's in the past.
It is. That
Yeah,
was
it
that
is.
was the first half of the show. Should we move on?
Second half.
Shall we move on?
Moving
Second
on.
half. Right, here we go. Right, the Dingle's up next then. What's your
Yeah.
thoughts?
I think we're in a great position, purely because they're in such a terrible position. You know, there's been a lot of infighting.
They're kind of like us last year, aren't they?
You know, capitulating. The owner wants to sell up. The manager's getting stick from fans.
Yeah.
You know, the players being played out of position. It's ever so strange considering how well they did last season.
Yeah. Do you think that was a blip though on how well they did?
No, because I,
mean,
think
they
they've
came
got,
up
I think
from-
they
they come
have
up
got
from
some
the-
good players. I think their squad is a good squad. You know, a good championship squad that should be challenging for the playoffs. You know, I know they're not that far off, but their form isn't very good at all. You know, they went 1-0 up. They did a Blues under Clark, didn't they, at the weekend? Went 1-0 up and completely collapsed at home to Borough. lost at Bolton. I think Bolton have been terrible. So yeah, I think it's a good time to play them.
Good. Now, tickets are running out fast, apparently. Tickets are selling quite well for the game.
Yeah, okay.
21,000, I think. 21,000.
I think it'll push the 20,000.
Yeah, it'll be close to 20. I don't
21.
think it'll be that much.
21.
I think 20. Might touch 20.
21.
19.
All right,
500, I
okay,
think.
good. We've got a competition, Chris, and you were going to give us all the details to that competition, weren't we?
Yeah, the competition is to win a new shirt that we've got, which I've put up on the
It's a nice
Facebook
design, actually. I
page.
saw it earlier. Yeah, very nice.
put it
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
Facebook page. And that's going to be the same, really. It's going to be the predict the crowd, predict the score, closest within 200. That's not goals. That's
And the only way you can put your predictions in now is on the Tilton
Tilton
Talk Show
Talk, yeah,
page.
yeah.
So
but
that's
not yet.
Not yet.
I'll set that up.
Okay.
When I say go, go.
And when you say stop,
Stop.
tell me the rules.
There's the rules. Simples.
Simples. There is a photograph of the shirt actually already on the Tilton Talk Show webpage if you want to go to that. All you got to do is predict the gate and the score. Gate to within
200, I think you said.
200. Was it 200?
200, yeah.
200.
Yeah, 200.
200. Okay.
Yes.
And we had a winner last week.
We
didn't
did, yeah.
Well,
John Bagnall,
yeah.
a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cracking. Okay, SKC usually does his on a Monday, and he's also saying 22,201 Blues to win
That's a lot.
2-0. I don't know. I think it's going to go, mate. I think we're going to have a big crowd there. 20,
Well,
21.
it was nearly 4,000 things, definitely.
Yeah.
So,
But if they bring all the sisters...
QPR bought. Sorry. Lower the time. Was his mic off?
No, afraid not.
Good
Not
job
for
it
that
shows
one. Not for
editing.
that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, QPR bought 2,000, did they, about it? So an extra 2,000 on that attendance,
Yeah.
plus a few more Blues. I think you'll be looking at 20,000.
21.
21.
Hey,
20,
hey, he's got
20
there. We got him there.
21.
I cajoled him into the 21.
I'm going to go. My prediction is going to be 20,999, just so I don't go to that 21.
But then, as I say, SKC, do remember that the only way you can actually officially enter is on the Tilton Talk Show
Yes,
page. So
sure
remember,
you will.
22,201 on the Blues to win 2-0. Put it on the TTS page as soon as Chris Brown has opened the competition. Okay.
I like 2-0 though. I'll take that.
Yeah, I'd take that. A noisy St Andrews. Can you imagine Keith on ringing around there at 2-0 up? Huh? Beautiful.
and talking of the page, welcome to Stephen Carr,
Yeah, you little hobnobber,
my
you.
friend.
Your friend.
Friends.
Is he a friend?
Friends.
He's not a friend of the show yet, though, is he?
No, not yet,
Right,
no,
I'll get
no.
your friend in.
I will.
All right, okay.
Lives in Marbella. Do well
Does
to
he?
tempt him over. I think I'm sure he lives. He's got a
Skype.
place in Marbella.
Skype.
All right for some minute. Okay, for anybody that knows me and kind of looks or ever has the opportunity to see any of my ridiculous Facebook posts and rants, you all know that I like a little bit of comedy now and again. And boy, did we have some comedy the weekend.
We did.
Now, for a football team whose supporters have berated us year over year over year, to be languishing at the very, very, very foot of the Premier League with just 4 points out of 10 games, with 28 games to play, I think 28 to play. Yeah, of course, yeah.
My name's Sheriff Hall, and you're listening to this.
The statistics for them don't look too healthy, do they, Christopher?
No, not at all. No. There's a guy I work with who's a Villa season ticket holder, and we were talking today, and we were looking at the teams who can save them, and I actually think there's only 5 who could, and I think there's only 6 teams that could go down this year, realistically, and I think that, and considering
What's your theory?
considering three go down,
Right.
the bottom 3 at the moment are Villa, Sunderland, and Newcastle. Bournemouth are just above them. I think they've been hit hard by injuries. I don't think they're very good.
They're not
by
gonna
Spurs,
survive.
weren't they?
And I think they'll go down.
Yeah.
Then you've got Norwich, who also came up last season. They've had a couple of good results, but they got battered 6-2 at Newcastle, which must have hit them hard. And then in a game that they'd want to win, they go and lose 1-0 at home to West Brom. So I'm not as convinced by Norwich. Watford actually look quite decent. I think Watford have got the capabilities to actually stay up, considering assuming they don't get any injuries, which could affect any team. But you look at the teams that are down there. Chelsea aren't going to go down. Stoke aren't going to go down. I can't see who else can save them out of that bunch. It seems I got Leicester completely wrong. I thought Leicester would struggle this season.
Yep.
They're flying.
Done
West
really
Ham
well.
are flying. Palace are flying. These teams aren't going to go down. So they really are in a serious situation here.
It's great, isn't it?
And you have to look at it and say Sunderland have just got Allardyce in and they've won 3-0 in their derby.
That's almost a season saver.
That's a
isn't it?
massive result for
Didn't
them.
I read somewhere there was a comparison with Derby's point tally?
Their lowest points.
Bad.
Yeah.
It was 20
Yeah.
the lowest one, wasn't it?
Pretty sure it was.
But I mean, if you take the first part of the season, 10 games gone, 28 to go,
Yeah.
and they've got 4 points, they're not even
Yeah.
going to get 20.
No, but they will. Every team does that.
Yeah, but they don't want
Look at
to.
Leicester last year. Leicester were dead and buried, and then won 6 on the bounce. You know what I mean? So it can happen, but I look at it and I say, who's their saviour? Who's their Benteke this season? Who's their Delph this season? And I don't see it in any of them at the
There isn't
moment.
one.
Did you see that Benteke goal the weekend?
Yeah.
What a
I
cracker.
don't see the player who's going to score the goals to get them out of it. I don't see them keeping clean sheets. I don't see them bossing midfields. Yeah, I don't know.
All right, okay. You, Chris, are now an out-of-work, unemployed football manager.
Yeah,
Okay. You've obviously got plenty of money because you've managed at the top level
of
before.
course I have. Yeah, naturally.
You have your house in Marbella next to Stephen Carr.
Yeah,
Our friend.
And
Our friend
our
Stephen
friend,
Carr.
your friend, not my friend yet. And you're out there in Marbella, sunning
Yeah.
yourself on the beach,
Yeah.
drinking your pina colada.
Yeah.
And Mr. Lerner gives you a little
Yeah.
call. Would you like a job?
yes.
You'd take it, would you?
Yeah, I think people are going to take it
Right.
because it's Villa. Whether we like it or not,
He's-
they've
yeah,
won a
hasn't he become a
European
bit of a
Cup.
poison chalice?
They've won a European Cup. I don't think they're not a massive club. They're definitely not a massive club.
Blackpool was
and they're
successful
not.
once.
They're not a massive club that they think they are. Nottingham Forest won 2, which
Yeah.
means that Forest are twice the club Villa are. But they're a Premier League club. If they stay in the Premier League, there's money to be had. There's riches to be had. They've got a 45,000 seater stadium. They're in the second city. If they stay up, they're arguably the biggest club in the second city in terms of everything. I think there is reasons for managers to want to go there.
And if they go down,
They'll
they'll still
in
have a 45,000
absolute dire
seater
situation if they go down. Yeah.
45,000 seater stadium. That will still be there. Yeah.
And they're not too big for it because Newcastle went down, and Newcastle have got a 55,000 seater stadium.
Well, so when Chelsea were down there, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, they're
I
not.
hate to admit it, but they'll probably still fill it when they go down.
What are you joking at? They can't fill it now. 33,000 were there on
If they start getting
Saturday.
results, right, I think they will.
No,
Where are their next results coming from?
33.
They've got Spurs.
They've got
next.
Spurs and Man City.
Man
next.
City, then Everton.
Everton.
I mean, if they went down, I said,
Yeah.
if they went down, right,
They wouldn't
still
fill it.
think-
They
I'd
wouldn't
still-
fill
I
it.
bet they won't be far off. I bet they'd be
They wouldn't
on
fill it.
comparison to what they get.
Channel K says, when did they win the European Cup? I don't think they've ever mentioned it.
It was
And
19.
there was that famous
80
Derby
something.
season when
82,
when the
wasn't
Derby went down with the least amount of points. They were
Yeah.
actually 2 points better off
Oh,
than what
okay.
Villa are now.
Yeah.
So you're probably just.
Thanks,
Yeah.
thanks, Steve, for that stat. That is brilliant to know. That is great to know.
But
I thought there was.
They've got 4 points. They won the first one, so they've got 1 point out of the last 9 games.
It's bad, isn't it?
It's atrocious,
dire.
and it's no wonder he's got the
It's great.
sack.
It's great.
It's great.
And if it were, I despise the man Sherwood. I think his attitude is diabolical, and I think his whole demeanour is disgraceful for somebody who's done nothing in football management to have that that arrogance about him is beyond me. And I'm delighted that nothing's happened for him.
Brilliant.
Yeah, but I'm delighted he's got the second.
Can I actually put in a special sports radio request that if the inevitable, what looks like inevitable at the moment, does actually happen, can I sing that live on air, please? Please, Chris, can I have permission?
I think whatever happens, you're not going to sing.
No.
Oh, hang on, no, because
I'm not okay, so I don't get to say anything then anymore.
I didn't say yes. I was thinking about it.
He was about to say yes.
Can you clip me that bit out tomorrow and just send me this piece?
Okay.
Okay, thank you for it.
Yeah.
Didn't say yes.
You'll be singing it as well.
Probably, yeah.
What, somebody was saying on Radio Aston today they had an whole hour. Well, my ears were like...
Did they?
Yeah. A whole hour.
Our friend Tom Ross was having an hour as well.
On the Midlands football phone in tonight, they had an whole hour on one club. There aren't any more clubs in town, are there?
There's only one Midlands club.
Yeah. And somebody said that, well, Chelsea are going to sack Mourinho and...
But this is what baffles me about them. They still think they're this massive club that can attract any manager in the world. They are going to be have to be realistic. There's talk of Remy Gard.
Yeah,
he's been heavily linked with it. They don't want him. They've never heard of him. They're not interested. They'd be lucky to have Remy Gard. They don't know how lucky they'd be to have someone like Remy Gard.
You see, with him, he's got the French connection, hasn't he?
He knows French players. They've got a lot of them. Yes, he's got no Premier League experience, but he took over Lyon, and you ask a Lyon fan what they think of him, and he did wonders there. The French press think he did an excellent job there. There's a lot of young players, which he had at Lyon, at Villa. Sherwood was bemoaning the last 3 weeks, bemoaning the lack of experience in the squad. He was the one who went out and bought Lescott on the last day of the transfer window, who's been atrocious for him.
SKC has said it's a shame he's gone. I had given him manager of the month. Darko 45,000 also he don't much good to be 6 when they'll be in the Championship next season. And SKC also, Sky Sports are apparently reported earlier that Gus Poyet is in talks.
Where's the I don't see how Poyet is a better option than Remy Gard.
If you haven't got right a Sam Allardyce, a Tony Pulis, or the guy that was at Queen's Park Rangers. What was his name? I know he just walked out on them not so long ago.
Redknapp.
Or somebody old school of that ilk, who ain't interested in playing pretty boy football, right? Who wants the blood, guts, and thunder, and the work rate and the ethics out of the team involved. I don't think you got Opie Howell's chance of staying in that division. I'm hoping.
I disagree, but
I'm on about in their position that they are now.
Oh, okay,
right,
yeah.
And
I see what you mean.
I don't know whether this Remy Gard would be any good for him. I don't know. I don't know enough about
I need somebody like Lee Clark or something like that.
I did mute that around.
He certainly won't shake things up in the way that a Pulis would. He certainly wouldn't. If it is Gard, he wouldn't come in and focus solely on the defence. But I mentioned this to Chris at the start before the show started. 3 teams went up from the Championship last year. Bournemouth, Norwich and Watford. Bournemouth and Norwich kept their managers. Watford changed theirs to a foreign manager who's never managed in the Premier League before. Yeah. And Watford are the ones who look the better of the three.
Yeah, they're looking good.
So that Premier League experience, a British manager, which Villa, I look earlier, Villa have had 2 foreign managers in their history.
Well, there's only 2 more Villa managers till Christmas now.
I love that one.
That's Leeds, that is. 3 Leeds managers till Christmas. But two foreign managers Villa have had in their history. One of them was Houllier recently, and the other one was in the early 90s.
Oh, so you wouldn't O'Leary as the foreigner?
Well, no. Or Republic of Ireland is still...
He's happy there.
Hang on, what about that guy they brought in last time they had a demise? What was his name? It was
Houllier.
Before him? Well, before him.
No, Houllier was... O'Neill was before Houllier.
Keep going back.
Venglos. He was the other one, yeah. He was in the early 90s, yeah.
Bring back Joseph. That's what we want. Bring back Joseph.
Yeah, but they're the only foreign managers they've ever had. In recent, you look at them in recent years, their British managers haven't helped them then.
I'm sorry. The only guard B6 will get is a security one to look after the tramp living under the old end.
I'm loving this. That's quite funny for Doco.
Doco, yeah,
that's
I'll
quite
give you,
funny. We'll give him that one.
I'll give you
done.
6 out of 10 for that one, Doco. If you're unadulterated humour, yeah, there he was, Dr. Joe Venglos.
Yeah.
Dr. Joe.
Yeah, but they all moan that they don't want a foreign manager. It's benefited Watford, and keeping Eddie Howe and Alex Neil hasn't done anything for Bournemouth and Norwich so far.
And after all,
I'm not saying they're bad managers.
Randy Lewis will do what he wants anyway. Won't
Well,
he?
yeah, exactly.
So
yeah, Moyes isn't going to leave Real Sociedad. I don't think. I think he wants to see out the season.
Absolutely foolish if he did.
I think he wants to see
And
out
also,
the season.
Also,
there.
think, as I said to Gabby the other day, I think he's out of the British press and TV and
Yeah.
media limelight after his debacle at Manchester and how they treated him. Right?
But if he came back now, then he's failed at his last 2 clubs, according to the British
and
media.
he'll fail at his next one.
Well, yeah. But that pressure is there, and then it becomes about Moyes rather than about the team.
Yeah.
Which I think the team needs to take a stand then. But if the team don't do well, then it's Moyes that's failed again, rather than the team.
But even some of the people local to me in the local town, I shan't name her, but her name's Charlie. Still think that it's all going to be well and good and rosy and everything. Like, you're in serious
Yes.
trouble.
Well, like you say, their next 3 games, even with
let's
Mourinho,
assume they don't win.
even if they have Mourinho with the squad they've got, I can't see them getting anything out of the next 3 games.
Let's assume they don't take a single point off them next games. Tottenham, Man City, and
Everton away.
Right,
Yeah.
that's going to be no easy task.
No.
Right, not for a team that's down on its laurels.
No.
You know it? Then there's only 25 games left.
Yeah. With
And 4 points.
with Sunderland, Newcastle, Bournemouth, Norwich having 3 games to pick points up as well.
Oh, and if they all get 9 points off every game,
Well,
let's
that would-
assume-
that-
I know they won't, but like,
Yeah.
I want to bring the party forward, Christopher. That's all I want to do.
We're not having the party by December. No,
No, I
But-
do agree with that.
Yeah, but they are. That danger is there. Definitely. More so than any other season, I think, at the moment. But and you've got what I say about the team. I saw Jack Grealish tweeting that he was gutted that Sherwood had left and put a picture of him and Sherwood up. It's the last few games, Grealish has done nothing. His manager's put a lot of faith in him, and he hasn't repaid him. And then the manager goes and he's all gutted. You should have shown that you wanted the manager to start by playing for him. All the players should have done. I don't like the man. I don't like his arrogance, and I'm glad he's not in a football job anymore, even if it is the Villa. But the players have got to start taking responsibility. Those players shouldn't be bottom of the league.
I'm still baffled to how he actually got the job, to be honest.
Well, he's got that arrogance, hasn't he? He's got that arrogance about you that
Arrogance doesn't win you
if you
trophies,
don't
though,
know
does it?
much about him, you might be charmed by it.
I pretty much guess everybody at West Brom, are smiling their heads off now after he called them a little club after they turned him down.
Well, yeah, exactly. They've got Pulis in. If Sherwood would have gone a couple of weeks ago, Villa might have had Allardyce, but he's at Sunderland now. You can pretty much guarantee Sunderland are going to stay
I think
up
he would
under
have gone there.
Allardyce.
I think he'd have gone
yeah,
there.
I don't see any reason why he wouldn't have gone there. Yeah,
But,
if he'd have had the choice of Villa over Sunderland.
But then, of course, look at the turnaround that Sunderland did, the weekend.
Yeah, exactly.
Great result. Absolutely great result to shove them flag-bearing, banner-waving...
Careful.
Apparently, by all reports, Grealish has been man of the match in all games.
According to
recently.
who, though? Who's giving him man of the match? Is it Villa papers who just adore the man? He can't be. He's been lauded as one of the best young players in the country by Sherwood, and he's picked England. Yeah. There was the whole media hype of him picking England over Ireland. He wouldn't get anywhere near the England squad at the moment, the way he's playing. And if he's getting man of the match, it just goes to show how bad the rest of them are playing. 4 points out of 10 games. He's not ripping the league apart.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Losing at home to Sunderland, Swansea.
Beautiful.
He's not tearing the league apart.
After taking the lead as well. Here
Exactly.
Let's have some of it. Let's share the happiness. Let's share the
love. Went to get a vampire outfit for Halloween,
Yeah.
and the lady gave me an Aston Villa shirt. I said, "Sorry, love, I think you misheard me. I want to look like a count."
Oh, yeah, that
I love them.
It's only little, Kath, hasn't it?
It's
No
me,
things
Press
like
Sky, Blues Show. Blues Show.
No.
Press and Sky.
Oh, the Press and Sky are the ones who were saying that
The
Grealish,
Grealish is
yeah,
giving
yeah,
it.
yeah.
And Capo
It's-
wants to announce that it's a blues show, not a
It may be.
B6 show.
It may be, but sometimes even us blue noses have something very funny
Yeah,
to
exactly.
talk about.
So one player makes a team now. Exactly. You know, he's put so much pressure on Grealish that when Grealish doesn't play and Villa don't pick up points, everybody looks at him. You know, looks towards Grealish as the saviour, and he's not the. He's not the saviour. He's a very naughty boy, but you know, yeah, but
They've had a drunk
but
naughty boy most.
they have
How could you put him in the same category as the good Lord?
yeah, but who's getting their goals? I don't see who's getting their goals that Benteke got last season in a massive game at home to QPR. They conceded 3 against QPR that went down with a whimper, but Benteke got 3. I don't see anybody getting those goals that Benteke got for him.
Well, let's just hope it continues, eh?
I certainly
I'm not
hope
being
so.
funny.
Oh, definitely.
It would just do my
Docker.
my.
Have I ever mentioned Jack Grealish went to my old school?
No,
Nope.
No.
not once.
I'm sure
Nor
that
anybody
Karen
ose.
Carney-
Nor anybody else.
No,
No,
okay,
we're
I
not
must have been
mentioning
dreaming
that. We're not allowed to mention that now.
Did anybody famous go to your school, Christopher?
No,
No,
not
not
I'm
mine.
aware of.
Not mine. Well, I did. I went to my school. There you go.
Karen Carney still a blues player next season?
Who's asked that? I
Me, I just asked him.
I don't see that on the shout box, do you? trying to
I'm
get
sorry.
me, trying to get me into trouble.
It's my
there.
investigative
The knife
journalism
has just
coming
gone
out.
into the open wound, and the serrated edges have just been turned round and
I
round.
would love her to be. Yes,
Okay,
love her to be.
In your opinion?
I'd love her to be.
allegedly.
Channel K. Lee Sharp went to my school.
Okay.
Ex-Man United.
Yeah, and Leeds and Blues, of
I
course.
just thought he was older than that.
And Birmingham played for Blues. Lee Sharp. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did Lee Sharp, or did he just not quite
I think he
sign?
played for Blues. I don't remember him playing for
No, I
Blues.
don't remember Lee Sharp playing.
Did
for us.
Lee Sharp play for Birmingham City Football Club?
Oh, God, happened.
I don't think so.
Right.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'll do some investigation.
Googling now.
Yes, Google's going mental in the background now.
Get your Googles out.
Uh,
He was in a year below Callum Riley.
well, there you go. So Callum Riley went to the same school then.
No, he didn't. Of course
Didn't
he
he?
didn't. No, he didn't. I know he didn't. Don't know why I googled it. I know he didn't.
Yeah, okay.
What do I
Confirmed.
find
I
him
must have been.
or something?
I must have been dreaming about that then. Don't know if they always go to school anyway. Yeah. So it looks like if our predictions are right, yours certainly didn't put Blues into the promotion throws for this year. Neither did yours. Neither did mine. Then we could have the old school local derby back again.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
And that's what we're all rooting for, isn't it? Either
Well,
that
I
or
come
the leapfrog.
out of the
The leapfrog would be so much better.
I come out of the derby game, and you know we just lost 1-0, and all I could think was, yes, that's what I want back.
Yeah.
You know, that game is what I want. Losing with the team we had and the team they had, and whatever happened, that's what I want back.
Wouldn't you rather a promotion? And then come down?
Obviously, if they go down, I don't want it. But
What, you don't want promotion?
well, no, if they go down, I don't want to play them because it
Right,
means
okay,
we'd
we're just
have
clearing
probably
that
gone
small
up.
matter up under our
But-
investigative journalism techniques we're having this evening.
But yeah,
Because I mean, there is a fair possibility that we could leapfrog.
huh?
We could. It could.
You say a
could
fair
happen.
possibility. It could happen.
Could happen, yeah.
I wouldn't put it down as a fair possibility.
And Villa
but
could pull away? Oh, God, I shouldn't have said that.
Chris, you've put the whole
Ruined
down
it.
on the whole show now.
I'm just saying, it could happen.
But
There you
it better
go.
not.
Yes, he did, Chris Pugh. St Peter's are Roman Catholic secondary school.
Who
It's
we
lost
talk-
me.
Who are we talking about?
Lost me there.
No, lost
No,
all of us.
No, sorry.
Everybody went to Docko's school, didn't
Your
they?
problem with Doco, you see, he
Baffled.
came out with that one
Except
good
Doco.
comment, one good comment earlier, and that's he's
Yeah,
lost it
it's
now.
gone.
Isn't he?
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
lost his.
He does it on purpose.
He's probably I don't know, sitting with his
Well,
with his bag of cheesy Wotsits, rocking backwards and forwards.
well, he's trying to be a counsellor now, isn't he? He's trying to be a counsellor.
Counsellor Docko.
You know what they're like.
Counsellor Doco.
Counsellor Docko, yeah.
Oh dear.
Don't
me.
laugh, it could happen. Your worst night.
I can't wait for the Christmas special.
What will he come dressed as this year?
God only knows, mate. Thinking of it, I mean, what have we got now? It's Halloween, really pretty
This
much
week.
next week, isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, it'll certainly be Halloween in the railway end on Saturday anyway, won't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Digging myself a hole.
I don't care.
Ever since
give me a
Docko
bigger
cheated
spade.
on the quiz, I will never believe
No,
it.
that's
it's true, yeah.
absolutely fair point.
I
yeah.
refer to him being a politician as well.
Of course,
There you
yeah,
go.
fair point, Chris.
Yeah, yeah,
fair
yeah,
point.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That was. You know, I put so much research
Yeah.
into that. The effort I
What
put into
happened
that
to all
evening.
your little things that you were doing? You know,
And there was the Jaffa.
I got knocked down
the
by. I
ground-
got
the
knocked.
ground
I
thing
got
where
knocked
you
down by
started.
Channel K, and it screwed my confidence up.
Yeah,
I lost it completely.
it happens.
Yeah. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll go and see the manager, not tomorrow morning. Have a little, talk to him in the
Yeah,
dressing room.
yeah.
See if we can pull it back
That'll
again.
do it. Yeah.
Have I ever mentioned Ian Duncan Smith went to my old school?
We actually genuinely don't care.
No.
I don't. No, not anymore.
I think us three are the only people who never went to his old school.
Yeah.
And Doco is, after all, old school.
He is, yeah.
Very much so.
Right, okay, a couple of things coming up then. We've got the Blues Christmas Do coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Donaldson has been selected for England.
Jamaica.
England.
England.
Just joking. See your face.
I was going to say, does Donaldson know?
It's Jamaica though, isn't it? Just called him up.
Jamaica? No, she went of her own accord.
All right,
Sorry.
all right.
Sorry.
Oh, drag this show
Get
down,
that
why
one
don't
in,
you?
didn't I?
And Dimmy Gray as well.
Yeah.
Mm.
And Magoma as well got a call up. as well,
Yeah,
didn't
that's
he?
pretty good, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
International squad we've got now.
Multinational as well as international. So we've got
Multinational,
Polish, we've
sorry,
got
yeah,
French,
Yeah.
Jamaican.
French.
Magoma is French, isn't he?
From those.
Isn't he?
The Democratic Republic of Congo.
And a former Blues Ladies player. And I nearly forgot Karen Carney went to my
Former
old
Blues Ladies
school
player.
as well.
Former Blues Ladies player.
Sorry, oh no, she's still Blues, isn't she?
Dear me. Oh, this is tragic.
I can't cope with more of this one tonight.
Yes, we know about Karen Carney.
Yeah.
And John Dean.
And Barack Obama went to Channel K school.
Yeah. Good.
Right.
Good knowledge.
Right, you going Saturday?
Not going Saturday, I'm going Tuesday. I'm
Right.
away. I'm away the weekend. So.
Where are you this weekend?
Not loading it up at the
What do you mean? You were in
Spa.
Wales last week without your brolly.
I know, it's a very nice place, actually. Very nice.
Which
Spa
place?
hotel, South Wales, yeah. Very nice.
A spa hotel.
Yeah, very nice it was. Near Ross on Moy.
Well, that's England, isn't it?
In
Ross and
Usk. Usk it was it.
Moy? Is Usk actually in Wales then? You
I think
sure?
so, yeah.
Just.
Just Usk. Yeah, very nice it was. Yeah.
What about yourself, Christopher? Are you going this weekend?
I'll be working, yeah.
You'll be working.
I will.
Have you ordered extra burgers in to feed the
I
21,000?
haven't. No, I hope somebody has though.
To feed the 21,000?
19,730.
Okay, a couple of bits in the newsy papers. Quite interesting that Rowett says that Blues have been punching above the weight for the last 50 games.
Mm.
No, I don't think so. I think
I do.
that's- bang. I think that's where we should be. Kid.
No,
Tables don't lie.
I think we've he's
Well, you just look at
got
the
us
squad.
punching
Yeah,
above
yeah,
our
yeah.
weight. I think.
Excuse me.
Can we ban Kappa? From
Yeah.
this?
I think Capo's on about the burgers outside in the new
Your
van.
best, but
Yeah.
Can you clarify
Them
that,
burgers
Capo?
went to Docko's old school.
And Birmingham City defender Paul Caddis has hailed the job that manager Gary Rowett has done at the club since his arrival. and reckons they have a bright future under Rowett.
Well, someone like Caddis is the perfect example. I mean, how many different positions did Caddis play under Clark?
Mm-hmm.
You know, right wing, central midfield, holding role, centre back, right back. You know, he played pretty much everywhere under Clark. But Rowett comes in and he said, "You're my right back," and he's
stay
been,
there.
You know, he's been right back pretty much all the way through, a consistent figure. Yeah, and he's blossomed, hasn't he? So.
Yeah.
Channel K says then burgers went to Doghouse Old School. And he is on about the burgers at the back of the Tilton in the new van. They're not very nice. They have the same taste as Lee Clark's starting 11. What's he been eating tonight? What?
Don't know.
What's he been on?
Them burgers, apparently.
He's supposed to have been here tonight, Capo. Was supposed to have been here with us tonight.
Well, tell him to not go to the van and come inside. They're probably the same burgers, actually, because the new vans are Blues owned. Rather than...
Oh, are they?
Yeah, they're part of the Blues thing now, so...
I mean, on a match day, there's a lot of money to be made in those places.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I bet yours takes a fair wedge, doesn't it, on the top there? No,
The one I used to be on-
divulge, because it's not you know,
No, divulge.
we
divulge.
wouldn't like you to divulge information that's sensitive or that, you know...
Well, I know that the record, I think...
Squeezed in tonight.
You're probably not allowed to say it, but the record... I know when Spurs come the one year,
Uh-huh.
the away bar took about £12,000
That's not bad, is it?
just on that one day with Spurs there.
No.
Drunk the place dry. But I'm sure that was about 12,000. But the most I've had on that, when I was up on that bar in the Tilton in the corner, was about 3,500, 4,000. That's the most I've had in one game.
And how many burger bands? How many are there up the back there? 2, 3.
Just the one up the top of
Oh,
there
is there
now,
one? Oh.
yeah, and one down
Further
in the
down.
main stand.
Oh, there's not 2 in the Tilton anymore.
No, there's just
There was
the one
never two.
van now.
I thought there was 2.
No,
there's
just the
only
one.
Well,
They used to have, like...
There's one outside.
Sausages.
I've always
There's one
had 3
outside
pints of it.
before you go in. Isn't there beyond
Yeah.
the Tilton? On the
I
Tilton
think
Road.
that's been there about 70 years, to be honest with you.
But then there's the one inside then. So
it's a fair few
Also good to see Burton still continuing on a good run after Rowett
and
left
Walsall,
on,
yeah,
Walsall.
Midlands
So,
clubs, yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
I mean, what a game that would be. Blues, you know, a proper like league game.
Blues Burton.
No, Albion Burton. Sorry,
Villa
Villa Burton.
Burton, yeah.
Villa Burton.
Villa Burton, yeah.
That'd be good for
You
them,
never
wouldn't
know.
it?
You never know.
Into the land of beer and Marmite.
Gone for a Burton.
The Marmite factory in Burton-on-Trent. Did you know that, Christopher?
Yeah.
That's where they make Marmite in Burton-on-Trent.
Really?
Yes, absolutely.
Fascinating.
Absolutely.
And beer?
You either love that or you hate that information.
You got that snore button again.
It doesn't smell very nice actually when you go past it, but I'm a Marmite lover.
I'm as well, yeah.
You?
Yeah, I am, yeah. Yeah. Marmite crisps. Ooh.
No, not really.
And Worcester sauce on me crisps.
That's a Marmite crisps. Yeah.
But the only trouble is, right, I get confused sometimes.
Welcome to the Tilton Talk Show.
I accidentally pick a pack of prawn cocktail up instead of the plain ones, and then you put, oh. Anyway.
Bovril.
No, I'd actually like to see It's Me Said Sod Burton come on you Saddlers. I'd like to see both of them go up, I'll be honest with you. Like,
Yeah. Coventry look like they're on the way back up as
dude,
well.
what a great job Tony Mowbray's doing there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's another one on, the Villa could poach him, couldn't he, really?
Tony Mowbray.
Yeah.
I don't
think they'd want to.
No, I don't think
You don't think he'd go?
No.
Ooh, yeah, he'd go,
Mm.
but I don't think he's the kind of man they're looking for.
No.
That'd be a pretty underwhelming appointment for the fans.
Okay, so Blues have now played 13 games and 24 points out of 13 games. Them up the road, 10 games, 4 points. It's a massive difference, isn't it? It's starting to look good.
Yeah, it's a different league, obviously, but yeah, it's the
Look
whole atmosphere around both clubs couldn't be more of a contrast.
for a change.
Yeah, exactly.
Looking at the top of the championship anyway, so we've got Brighton on 29, Hull 25, all played 13, Burnley 25, then you've got Middlesbrough, Derby, Birmingham, all on 24.
Just look, if you stop, that's the top six.
That's the top six,
If you
yeah.
look at the teams above us.
Yeah.
Derby spent millions.
Brighton.
Yeah. They've got the Real Madrid assistant manager in charge now. Middlesbrough spent 12 million on one player in Stuart Downing, I think.
Yeah.
Just bringing in experienced internationals as well. Burnley, 10 million on one striker.
Yeah.
Hull kept experienced international. These are the teams we're up against. And we're mixing it with them at the moment.
Absolutely, and holding our own.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, we got beat against Hull.
We're in
the
and
league.
around that bunch of.
They're second in the league, and people are still moaning. But nobody's got the right to moan at what's going on at
not
Blues
at
at the
all.
minute. Not at the minute. This time last year,
Not at
yes,
all.
we did have right after that 8-0 defeat, and we didn't know what was going to go
Yeah.
on. Right, but then, like as I say, looking at that. Look at this though. The difference between this and last year, our goal difference is currently +6.
Yeah,
And we only missed out on goal difference, did we? On those 2 extra places at the end of the season.
I think it might have been. Yeah,
Might have been.
Yeah.
So our goal difference is +6, and this time last year I think we were minus. Well, we'd just gone -8 last week. So
Yeah.
so a +6 goal difference. A third of the way through the league, through the season.
Yeah.
And I'm as happy as Larry.
Exactly. You can't be anything other, in my opinion.
I mean, look at Wolves, 14th with 15
Yeah,
points.
exactly.
Look
Look at Bolton. Bolton have spent. All right, they've
rock
got
bottom 9 points.
and that they should be looking higher up in the league.
I
and
can't see London being there much longer. So.
No, not if they keep
certainly,
doing that.
certainly
no.
Bolton surprises me. Blackburn, Leeds and Forest 16th,
Blackburn.
17th and 18th.
Yeah.
Wolves, well, if you got that above that then, Huddersfield at 15, Wolves on 14, Ipswich 13 and Brentford in 12th, Fulham 11, Queen's Park Rangers 10, Sheffield Wednesday 9. They've done quite well, haven't they?
QPR and Fulham 10th and 11th.
Yeah.
Fulham with a £12 million striker.
Spent, yeah.
QPR with a
I think Leeds spent
vast
money as
majority
well,
of a Premier League
yeah.
squad. And there's also who spent money on Keefton Beld, and that was the first time we'd bought anybody paid anything.
And
for
we bought
anybody
two burger vans. We
in-
bought two burger vans,
as well.
Chris. We bought two
Yeah,
burger vans.
so-
And the question of the day probably is, does Chris Pugh like the burgers?
I don't eat burgers.
You don't eat them?
Don't
Not
eat
at all,
me,
you see.
no.
Don't eat.
You're a good lad. But when you did you like them?
No,
No.
didn't eat them.
Right.
Refused.
Why?
Because he knows how they're made.
See what happens down there.
People who make cigarettes don't smoke.
And in
Really?
answer to Doco's question,
Just Chris Pugh like anyone or anything tonight. Bless him.
I'll go with the Premier League, the current Premier League table. I quite like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good answer.
Yeah. Especially the bottom
Yeah.
end of it. Especially the bottom end of it. All in all, to be perfectly honest with you, yeah, I'm well happy. I predicted 7th, was currently in 6th.
Yeah.
What was yours prediction?
About 15th,
15th.
16th, I think.
And
yeah.
Chris, yours was, do you remember?
I think it was probably about 14.
14.
Yeah, so...
No, I predicted 7th, so I'm actually sitting pretty at the closest at the minute.
Yep.
Would I be happy with 7th? Probably not, because I'd be so gutted that we'd just missed out on the playoffs, But it would still be that massive improvement from last year. Or not so much that, but the continuation of the good work that started off last year.
Yeah.
And that's important for everybody to realise is that this is a process, yeah? And it isn't the fact that you're going to turn everybody over every week with our style of playing.
Nobody's going to win this league. That's the magic of this league. That nobody's going to win 10 games in a row. Everybody's going to have that moment where they get a shock result.
Brighton are top of the league with 29 points, and they've played 13.
Yeah.
Right. So if they'd have romped it and won every single game,
they'd be on. Well, they played 13. 39.
yeah.
So they've dropped points.
So
they
they've dropped 10 points.
drew 0-0 at home to Preston in the week. When I'd have thought they'd have won that. So
Who are you looking at for automatic promotion then, Chris?
Hull and Derby
Hull and Derby.
and Burnley / Middlesbrough to go up
Okay.
playoffs. I think.
And you still think we'll tail off
I
a little bit?
I still think if we finish in the top half, we've done incredibly well again.
Absolutely. Right.
For me.
Well, what can I say? Nothing much more to say apart from that's almost it. And whatever you do the weekend, if you're going down the match, please be on your best behaviour. We are live on Sky. We don't want anything untoward and stupid happening. And tonight's show dedicated to the memory of Joss Bird. Take care. Good night, God bless. Have a grand week. Have a better weekend. Let's bag them 3 points. Let's have a Tilton Talk show next Monday, where we are dingles, dingle all the way. Alright, keep right on to the end of that road. I'm going to make my way home. There better be a beer ready for me when I get there. Good night. God bless. Take care. Chris Pugh.
Good night.
And Chris Brown.
Good night.
Thanks, chaps. See you next week.
We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? Birmingham's a team down at St Andrews. We are all supporters of our team. We chant of Super Blues, ringing all around. Now all you blue boys know what we mean.
And you can join the Tilton Talk show every Monday on www.srbradio.com at 7:30. For advertising opportunities, email chris@sports-radio.co.uk.